What's good, yeah, and welcome to another vid. So, the next update has been announced for the 6th of May, bringing us a bunch of content. I'll be giving you all the extra additional information I have on top of what's already shown here. So yeah, let's go through the update together and see what's going to happen. So, Honor's Gauntlet launched the launch time after the update. Commanders will engage in real-time PvP battles against other commanders in Honor's Gauntlet. During the beta season, we will continue to optimize and change the gameplay. So for the Honor Gauntlet, what you need to know is that it's real time, so it's you versus a real player. Number two, the most important part, currently the rewards are not based on ranking, they are not based on winning, they are just based upon playing the mode. So the rewards for this fight are really just, if you want to get the rewards, you do your fights and then you're done. And the other way this is going to work is also that you have commander skills. So commander skills are different skills you can pick from to either buff your own units or debuff the enemy units, like for example stunning the enemy units, leading to you having a chance to, for example, turn a match around or completely dominate your opponent. Furthermore, there are 3 different arenas again, and every hero you use for one arena is going to be locked for the other 2. So that is how this is going to work. It is a decently interesting mode, and with the rewards being for everyone, it's about as good as it's going to be. So here we have all the hero or commander skills. You have one of them where, for example, your units deal more damage based on true damage based on max HP, or you can reduce the cost reduction of the enemy, or you can increase the damage dealt by allied heroes to monsters, and from round 2 the damage dealt reduces each round, meaning that for the first few rounds you are stronger. Unfair advantage reduces allied cost recovery rate when entering the failure phase, greatly increases allied cost recovery rate until phase ends. So I think you're starting off the battle with less cost, but once you are in the disadvantage, percent-wise, you're going to be getting more cost. Punitive Strike is a active skill, so there's passive and active skills for the commanders. Here you can deal true damage based on max HP to all enemy heroes, and every so often the skill levels up to level cap. The higher the skill level, the more true damage it deals, pretty much like a Praetor's hammer button. Binding Shackles inflicts fatigue on enemy heroes, so you can pretty much pick a moment where you know that your enemy is trying to burst the units down and then debuff them so that they deal less damage. You can also wait for it to level up and then have like a bigger attack down. For the Colossal Stun, you inflict stun on all enemy heroes, and the heroes in stun cannot act and their block becomes 0, can just be used while, for example, they're blocking units and you just stun them and then the units walk past and you pretty much win. Here with the sleep is the same as stun, but it is longer, though if the heroes take damage it will end the effect earlier. And then you have the 3 types, so it's either single target or AoE or a mix between the 2, where it's either a AoE or a single target wave. Bringing us to the gear rate 22 to 24. So gear rate 1 is going to stay the same way it has before, just with more of a focus on survivability, because we all know the Scourges, we all hate the Scourges, which are these guys that come in and do area of effect damage. It is going to be more of them, meaning you want even more healing, and someone like a Beelzebub is a godsend. Outside of that, it is pretty much the same. Now gear rate 2, I haven't 100% tried it out, but I am pretty much sure that Volker respawn despawn strat is dead, and the meta team for gear rate 2 is going to be Fercy, Sadie, double tank with a inspiration unit like Diao, and then an AoE damage dealer. Now for gear rate 3, a unit that has a high advantage in gear rate 3 is Lady Alex, but if we leave out Lady Alex, someone that's going to make a comeback is going to be Alora. Alora is going to be quite useful because of the fact that she can stay permanently invisible on the right side, because the big change for gear rate 3 is that instead of the boss now only attacking one target with every basic attack, so you can just let the boss, for example, attack your tank all the time, the boss now attacks 3 random units and also inflicts a damage over time effect. So you have a bit more of a focus on healing, but outside of that it is still somewhat the same stage. You just have to tackle it a bit differently. Alright, so here we are being able to take a look at 22 to 24. Obviously the biggest thing you're going to notice is the BP increase, but outside of that, the important part is there is no higher gear sets as of this moment. They might introduce some later down the line to these raids, but that remains to be seen. So for the moment it is still the same sets you're going to be able to get. And the biggest change is just you don't get different loot, you just get more of the same loot. Like for example right here you can get at minimum a 2 coolcan and at maximum a 3. Here already the minimum is guaranteed to be 3 going up to 4. And here's already the minimum 4 going up to 5. Same goes for bullions. Now you can get a double drop of bullions. Ancients are going to be more common in these stages, so you're going to have a higher chance of getting ancients. You're getting a higher chance of getting not only the Scalekin champion but also demon soldiers in general, and also the rates for crafting materials, keys and ancient shards are up. So overall you are still getting more rewards for your stamina once you've beaten these stages. And the same is obviously true for gear rate 3. So the higher you can get in the gear rate 3 stage, the more efficiently you're going to be able to farm Infernal Roar and Sorbent Arcana. And also I wouldn't really look at it weirdly if the drop chances of tier 2 sets are higher on these stages in comparison to the drop chances of these on stage 21. So that's pretty much it. Overall you're getting the same loot, just more of it, and also more of the rare stuff. That's kind of at the moment the incentive for you to truly go out of your way and take on these stages. As usual, I'll be working, not tirelessly, but I'll be doing my best to look at the best ways on how we can start clearing at minimum the stages 22 with the easiest team possible, and then a 23 and maybe even 24 clear where applicable for all these gear rates, so that we can once again farm at the highest level. So yeah, that's been the update. It is pretty exciting, and the greatest change would obviously again be another gear set that makes our life easier for Abyss and Epilogue and Tower and all that good stuff. So yeah, as always, we see each other in the next one. Peace! Guild War attack plan sharing is the ability for you to take on a keep of an enemy with a certain formation and then lock that as a auto plan, which then others can use to pretty much auto fight exactly the way you did. And yeah, I don't know, the feature is probably still going to have a couple issues. I wouldn't rely on it too much, but if you're really not interested in GVG, this is a feature that can save you a bunch of time if you just wait for one of your guild mates to do their attack and then you just use that plan. And then here during Guild War friendly face-off you can access the plan storage, and then you can just use these, for example, against well-known defenses. Yeah, obviously you have to affiliate your heroes, so that's not something that's going to be done for you. And yeah, so what could also happen is you get a plan from someone that has way more BP than you do, and then you take their plan and you go in and you attack, and then all of a sudden you fail because you had less BP than the one that set up the plan in the first place. So don't rely on the plan too much. And yeah, the important parts here are real-time PvP and gear rates 22 to 24.